problems people have with self-improvement, and especially that I have, is that I'm not necessarily struggling with staying consistent with good habits. Because, good habits are pretty easy for me to stay consistent on. After about a month or two of doing them, they kind of just click for me. And they work as a part of my routine. But bad habits really kind of stick with me. And I'm not sure why, but it really struggles with like trying to get rid of bad habits is a real struggle for me, way more than trying to do good habits. And today I want to talk about how to stop doing these bad habits, how to get rid of bad habits and replace them with good ones. One of the biggest ways that I find is easy for me to stop doing bad habits is to just fill out my schedule. When I have a schedule full of things that I want to do and that are productive, I don't have time to do bad habits. If I'm going swimming in the morning and then I'm going to school and then I'm working out after that and I'm maybe going to play outside for a bit and then going to work after that, I don't have time to play video games, eat junk food, do any of that because I'm constantly up, moving and doing things. But the thing is that they're all things that I like to do. I like to go swimming. I don't like to go to school, but I have to go to school. I like working out. I like working. They're all things that I enjoy doing. So I can fill out my schedule with them and I don't have to worry about the fact, oh, is it sustainable? Is it sustainable? Blah, 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 blah. Because, I'm not really using my discipline to do a lot of those things. Sure, when I'm swimming, I'm using my discipline to go fast because I don't want to because it hurts. But other than that, I kind of like swimming. I'll do it because it's chill and blah, 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 blah. With working out, the same thing. Of course, I'm using a little bit of discipline to train hard, to go to failure because it hurts. I don't really want to do it. But again, I like weightlifting. It's fun for me. Same thing with working. There are times I don't want to work, but it's still fun for me to work. I like the job that I have. So by filling out my day, where's the time to play video games? Where's the time to waste time? I don't have time to waste time. So I'm constantly up, moving, and doing other things because then I can't be doing that habit. I can't have the time to go eat junk food, to go play video games because I'm working out, I'm swimming, I'm at school, everything like that. So by filling out your schedule, it will be very, very hard for you to even have the time to do bad habits. But of course, there's times when, you're at home and you have time, you have free time. Because free time is nice sometimes. And when you have free time, you need another way to stop doing these bad habits. Otherwise, you're just going to keep coming back, right? So first, we need to understand why you're doing bad habits. The reason when you're doing bad habits is an escape. They're an escape from the real world because you don't like the way the world is now. You don't like the way you are. You don't like the way things are around you, something like that. They're an escape from the real world. They give your brain dopamine. It makes you happy because the real world isn't making you happy. So instead of focusing on quitting those things, we need to focus on why the real world isn't making you happy. Is it because you feel fat? Because if you feel fat, then having the purpose of losing weight, going on runs, doing things like that will make you feel more happy. And when you're more happy with yourself in the real world, in this world around you today, you're no longer going to need the junk food, the video games, the porn, because you don't need that escape. You enjoy the fact that you're in the real world and you don't need to escape from it. You can sit and feel good about yourself. And when you do that, the brain realizes that I'm an escape. It doesn't need to escape from the real world. When that happens, your brain starts to kind of forget about these bad habits. Your brain starts to kind of phase them out. You don't crave junk food as much. You don't want to play video games and waste time as much because you're happy. your brain's baseline dopamine is high enough that it doesn't need all these extra dopamine supplements from video games and junk food. It's happy with itself. So instead of focusing on trying to get rid of the bad habits, on doing it less and less and less, because yes, that's great, it's fine. It only works so much. It only does so much. But if you start focusing on improving your mental health, making yourself happy in the real world, then your brain won't want to escape to video games or eating junk food because your brain doesn't need it anymore. Your brain is happy the way it is. So it's going to want to stay in the real world. It won't desire all these escapes anymore because the real world is fine. So if you guys want to learn about improving your mental health, I have a video, put it up as a card maybe, on mental health that I just recently did. Um, that I think is really, really good. Not many people have watched it, and I think it'll really, really help you with learning how to become happy in the real world because it helps you with your mental health, blah 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 blah. So I'll put up as a card if I remember to do it. Go watch that; it's really, really good. So how do you actually get happy? Because I know a lot of you aren't going to click on that card. 3 things that I recommend you doing. Firstly, is meditation. Meditation really helped me out a lot with controlling my thoughts, everything like that. And I recommend getting this app called Medito, completely free, has timers from 3 minutes to 60 minutes, guided meditations, everything like that. So getting Medito, really good app. Do that. Then there's also gratitude journaling. Really, really simple. All I want you to do, first time you want to do it, is just take a journal, take a piece of paper, write down 3 things that you are grateful that happened that day. So maybe your mom drove you to school. Maybe you got to hang out with your best friend. Maybe you got to see your grandparents and you really like them. So something like that, something that made you happy, something that you're grateful that happened in your day will really help you start to see the positive in the world instead of all the negative. Last thing, physical health. If you're in bad physical shape, your mental health is never really going to be good because your brain doesn't like the fact that it's in bad physical shape. So going to the gym, working out. I'll put another card up here for my fitness video, which is also a really good video. I recommend you watch it. It will talk all about your physical health, right? But if you can focus on those 3 things, they will greatly improve your mental health. And you'll start to realize that you don't really need these other escapes of bad habits in the world because you're happy in the world that you live in. Anyways, I hope this video helped. Do that work. Especially when you don't like it. See you guys next time. Bye bye.